Hi, I'm Darrell,
And I'm Elia.
and we are Black Nerdy Scholars. Hello, people. Hello, American
Hello.
people living in
We're
Zoran
back.
Mamdani's America.
Yes.
We're back. Leah had some really bad allergies.
Yeah, I still kind of look like it, so you could probably tell.
Yeah, it's all up in your eyes. No,
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
don't
kidding.
know
I mean,
why
I'm
my
not kidding. I can see it in your eyes, but I didn't mean to,
yeah,
make fun of you.
I don't know. I just had like a freak allergy attack, and the doctor was like, "Here's eye drops, and please make an eye appointment just in case." And I'm like,
Sure.
"Thanks."
And you're like, sure, well, I guess you just said, doctor said it's allergies. I
Yeah,
was
like
going to
she
ask you,
checked in
sure
my
it's not
eye to make
something
sure there's nothing in it, like flip my eyelids and shit.
gross. Okay.
Yeah.
Hot, cute, sexy, fun. Great. Me when my eyelids are flipped. Isn't there like a horror movie? Does the Exorcist girl flip her eyelids inside out or
I wouldn't be
something like that?
surprised.
I don't know. For some reason,
Her other
I had
actions,
an
I feel like
image.
I recall some of her other actions more, but like I wouldn't be
Sure.
surprised.
Like the projectile vomit, Trigger warning, trigger
Yes.
warning.
Do you remember them little
Yeah.
boys who would like flip their eyelids up? They were scary in
Okay,
class, like in middle
no.
school.
Okay.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
We didn't really have flip your eyelids inside out kids when I was
Yeah, I had those
coming
and
up.
they kind of skeeved me out a little. I don't know if that's the right word.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like keep
no.
your flipped
Skeeve you out.
eyelids away from me.
Yeah, no. I think that tracks. Yeah. Really quick before we start talking about the more serious stuff, I did want to bring attention to the big wins the DSA have had over the past week.
Yes.
I don't want people to look back on our work and be like, "Well, where do they stand politically?" Right here. Like this is
Yeah,
this is where we're at.
it's real lefty over here.
Real lefty over here. This weekend there were a string of Congress people and just like local state and like city legislators that are like card carrying members of the DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America, all of whom were actively and openly backed by Zoran Mamdani, the People's Princess, including the Brad Lander won the New York 10th Congress, beating a incumbent Democrat. There is Claire Valdez, who won the New York 7th congressional district. There is Daria Lisa Alva Chevalier, I believe is how you pronounce this woman's name, who won the New York 13th. And a string of different like smaller state legislators. And first of all, huge, great.
Yes. It's
I'm glad that this is happening. If those politics don't match yours, feel free to not watch this anymore, and that's okay.
yes. And it's also cool seeing how I remember people raising a lot of issues with how a lot of Dems were pretty dodgy when it comes to the genocide and stuff like housing affordability. But like we're seeing those people lose popularity. Um and I think that's nice in favor of people who are like taking harder stances against genocide and who are like having stronger stances for affordable housing and other stuff like that. So I'm feeling hopeful.
Yeah, and in all of those victories, there are a bunch of like establishment Democrats that are very openly angry about it, and it's one like big red scare, communism bad.
Yeah.
Two, all of these candidates are like actively anti-Israel, like anti-genocide, and then also just like corporate donors, you know. And so while this DSA is having huge wins, also announced that Mamdani's rent freeze just passed in
Yeah.
New York. Huge wins. I'm glad that there are so many Democrats that are taking their own opportunity to step forward and say, I'm against this. So we know who the is next. Oh boy. Yeah, this is really good. It does I do, not to be a downer, it does feel good to win. And also, there's so much work that needs to be done.
Oh
There's
yeah,
so much work that
it's
needs to
only
be
the
done.
beginning.
I just wanted to make sure that the people, hopefully, that are interested in those politics are able to celebrate this thing with us.
Yes.
Now that the politics are over, do you want to talk about shitty content and video games and stuff?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the content catch up.
Oh yeah, because I actually have been consuming a lot of content this week. I saw
Oh.
Obsession. Yes, I finally
Oh,
saw
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Obsession.
yeah.
I
I've
quite
only
liked
heard
it.
really good things.
Yes. I didn't realize it was not a unique experience to be in the theater and be put off by the amount of laughter that is happening. Like that appears to be happening
Sure.
all throughout the theaters. I'm sure partially by design, like of
I
the
feel like there's
movie.
a string of that happening recently. Because I remember watching Sinners and laughing at certain moments where other people were like, what the hell? Or like, I Love Boosters. I remember laughing
Yes.
at parts that it didn't seem like other people were laughing at.
Honestly, it was like I had like the opposite experience with like
Okay.
Obsession. There was like hordes of people laughing at things and I was like, I don't really find this funny at all. I'm quite
Yeah,
disturbed.
like, this is horrific and awful.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like this woman being
Um,
violated is very horrific.
give the quick synopsis for the 6 people that haven't heard of it.
Yes, yes. So Obsession is essentially this movie where this guy Bear, he has a crush on this girl named Nikki who he's too scared to talk to, you know. Nothing wild. So then, of course, instead of asking her out, he makes a wish with this little make-a-wish stick thing.
Yeah.
And it was like, I wish I guess this is kind of no, this you would see this in the trailer. I wish
Yeah,
Nikki,
this is like in the synopsis, yeah.
yeah, would love me more than anyone in the world. So, you know, very specific word verbiage. Also, anyone who has encountered wishes in media, you know, like how tricky
Yeah.
the wishes are with the language and whatnot. But yes, basically, we see how their relationship devolves because, you know, she's not actually she doesn't have any agency. He took away her agency via making this
Mm-hmm.
wish. And
I
I've been
haven't seen it yet. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, continue now.
I was just gonna say I haven't seen it yet, but my girlfriend Kenny has seen it like
Yeah.
4 times at this point, and so there's not much I can add other than I've heard it's really good and it seems like a front runner for like award season.
Yeah.
But I've seen a bunch of the takes. I get the gist of the film. Is there a read of the film that you haven't seen a lot of people make that you can share here?
I think okay, I can maybe this is kind of maybe more of like a hot take.
Sure.
I think people are really mean about her friend Sarah, who has a crush on the main character Bear.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people are really harsh to her. Like I even saw
Yeah.
people like saying like, oh, you know how they do? They're like, the real villain.
The
They
real
want
villain
him.
is the other woman who's also still kind of a victim. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like,
actually, Sharpay is the hero and
oh my
Gabriella
gosh.
is the villain.
I don't know if we ever recovered from like internet discourse from the like Sharpay.
From the
Being
Sharpay
the
is the real
villain.
hero.
The
Yeah,
real
yeah,
hero, I
yeah, yeah.
mean.
Yeah, no,
I was
people are
like,
really weird about
whoa,
that.
didn't she bully? Never mind. We're not here to talk about Sharpay.
But I do think that was a like Tumblr microcosm of
Yeah.
a like language that has become pervasive throughout the internet.
Yes.
There's this idea like one of the core defenses of Sharpay, or there are two, I think, core defenses of Sharpay. One is she actually liked theater and she's being like punished for giving theater her all in the favor of like this random girl who doesn't care that much. And then 2 mostly had to do with High School Musical 2. I did not expect to talk about High School Musical today. Where
I'm
it's
always
like
down to talk HSM too.
I I can't believe Troy was upset with her when it's like she got him the scholarship and she got him in all these doors and all these things. And the point that I was getting at, it does feel like a lot of people resonate with Sharpay and bring the like stance of I'm trying to help, you can't be mad at me.
Which is like, no, it doesn't work like that.
Hardcore defensive, you can't be mad at me. Right? And it's like, at least with the scholarship stuff, did he ask you for help? Like, a lot of people think that just because I'm like, you're doing a good deed means other people have to accept it. Right?
Yeah. And also, even with like the theater stuff, okay, she's really passionate about theater. Maybe she's way more passionate than anybody else in the whole theater. But why can't there just be layered? Like, some people engage with theater more casually, and some people, it's like their whole life. That doesn't mean you.
And like, as people who have done theater, sometimes randos can just act down.
Yeah.
Sometimes a random person really takes to the stage.
Yeah.
And
I love that, honestly.
I agree. Just because you're working the hardest doesn't mean that you are the best in that role.
Yeah.
Right? And also, just because you're the best doesn't mean you fit every role.
Exactly.
But also, like, no success more times than not comes down to luck. And a lot of people really aren't comfortable sitting with that because it takes control away from them.
Skill can only get you so far.
Yeah. And it's like, yes, Sharpay really hard, and yes, she really wanted it, but unfortunately,
Gabrielle was just
this
better
other
for
girl
the role.
ate, and she was better, and that sucks. Why were we talking about this? Obsession.
Oh, bad, like, the bad takes and the bringing people in as the villain.
What is this friend character? Because I haven't really seen much about her.
Yes, okay.
Spoilers
without
for
spoiling,
Obsession.
Basically, it's one of those things where Nikki, her friend Sarah, has a crush on Bear. So, Sarah's operating from the point of like, whoa, my friend randomly started dating this guy I had like a super crush on, and also who expressed to Sarah, which, this is like hearsay, but she said to Sarah like, oh yeah, I'm only interested in Bear as like a brother or something. So I guess Sarah's like, whoa, damn, she took my who she not her but her potential,
like, the person that I am owed.
Someone I'm interested in. Yeah,
because honestly, I'm interested. That actually, hold on. I have to say a thing about that. There is this woman on TikTok whose name I do not remember. But she's been making a lot of videos recently, kind of like Musing of a Crouton, but it isn't her. It's a different like woman. Like trying to deconstruct some of the like more radically feminine, not even feminist, but the like very gendered perception of dating men.
Yeah.
And like kind of unpacking some of the standards and expectations that someone have, which it's understandable why they have the defenses that they have because of patriarchy, but a lot of women, as you know, then go, but what if we had a patriarchy of our own? But that's just
my violent matriarchy.
What was the term you had me look up the other day? It was just dark femininity.
Probably.
Right? Is that what it is? Yeah. Just a lot of women engaging in their dark femininity, which oftentimes just kind of looks like patriarchy.
It is. With dark hair.
She made a TikTok about how, or like she was responding to a comment about, this comment was like, if a guy goes 3 days without texting me, it means he doesn't like me and I'm cutting him off. And I'm like, 3 days doesn't feel like that much, especially if you're like early on dating.
Wait, because not to bring this to Summer House, but like this is something I saw in Summer House that really bothered me. It was a point of
Yeah.
contention between this guy Carl, who you don't really just know he's like 30s, early 30s, and this girl Paige, woman Paige, guy girl,
Is
whatever.
her name Woman Page?
No, her name's Paige.
Or is there a man Page and you have to differentiate?
Or no, I think maybe because I went this guy Carl and this woman Paige. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I understand.
But yeah, so basically she was kind of like, oh, he doesn't really text me during the week. Like he only really talks to me during summer house or whatever. Cause you know how they go back to work during the week and then they come to the summer house.
Uh-huh.
Well, basically he was like, I just been working, like I'm really busy during the week, at least right now, and it kind of felt like almost like a generational divide. Like I could see myself almost having some of this mindset when I was like younger, like, oh, you have to be in communication with someone like every single day, all the time. But then I realized when you get older and you just go to work, I don't know, sometimes you're just not texting someone all day long. And that's okay.
Some people just aren't big texters. Like I have friends that do not send or read text to save their lives. They just don't have that relationship to their phone.
Yeah.
And a lot of the responses go along the line of like, is it really that hard to send a 30-second text? Sometimes.
Actually, yeah.
I don't know.
I would argue, yeah.
I think the point of this is I think a lot of people are very quick to react to perceived malice because I think a lot of people have used their phone and social media in particular as a way to offset regulation.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and I am no different. This is not, I'm not immune or excluded. That kind of relationship to regulation, I think, has really started to affect us in like real social lives. And it's like, if you, my friend, aren't there to regulate me, then that means you hate me. And it's like,
that's a good way to put
it. Chill out. Get a hobby.
I promise. Sometimes I'll get bored and I'll be like, dang, I wonder what my friends are doing. Mm-hmm. Oh, they're probably busy. Like, if they're not replying, and it's like, oh, I should just do something else. Like watch a video, play a game, read a book, go outside, do some yoga, play with your cat, like your actual pet, not
No, we got it. We heard you. Dog. Don't take it back now. You heard it. Leah wants you guys to play with your cat. That's how you move forward.
You can regulate that way sometimes. So.
Stand on it. Period.
But yeah, like it's cool. Everyone feels lonely, That's normal. But
and
maybe you're not
the
as
solution
is
not to make everyone else lonely too.
Yeah.
It is to find yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of playing with cats, what I've been consuming for content catch-up is a new game called The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales. Which is a like top-down action adventure open world light game created by have you heard of Octopath Traveler?
It sounds familiar.
Or Bravely Default? They're like they're prominent enough JRPGs while not having the same clout as Final Fantasy. Like they're just not Giga. But it's that company that made basically like an old school top-down Zelda game.
Oh.
Yeah, it plays like, I don't want to say an homage, but it's definitely like in conversation with the original Zelda stuff. And I've been having a really good time with it. It is, I think if I looked at it outside of my experience, it's fine. It's not like game of the year good. It's not it's not even revolutionary, really. Like it doesn't do anything particularly interesting with the genre. But I've been really having a good time with it, and the thing to make that transition of the cat make sense. I'm at a part. Ooh, that was weird the way I said that word. I'm at a point in the game where a new, like, essentially side quest chain opened up, and in which you have to find and feed all the cats in the world
Not this. I
or
love it.
something. And that's the last thing I've done.
Did
Yeah.
you feed all
It's
the
really fun. I
cats?
think. I'm sorry.
Did you feed all the cats?
I've only done the two that you start on, and then I stopped playing. I haven't played anymore since then.
Get to
I've
feeding.
just been really busy. I think you would like the game. I think if you're a gamer, or if you have dreams of gamerdom, but you don't feel very confident in, like, controller or just like mechanically interacting with the game, I think this is a very easy game to get into. It is
Oh,
very
cool.
straightforward. It feels expansive in the way that it layers things out, but it doesn't feel overwhelming. I think my biggest issues with it are, like, as of now, I know there will be more. There's not a lot of variety to the gameplay. It's very much. All right, I guess let me say this. There is exploration in the game, but the map reveals, like, as soon as you reveal a part of the map then reveals all the collectibles in that area, except the cats, I guess. Though I'll get
Secret
back to
cats.
that. And so there is a little bit of, like, checklisty,
Yeah.
like, what's the term? Gameplay loop, where you're kind of just going to the points on the map and then killing the guy that's there, and then going to the next point on the map.
A little redundant.
And the narrative is very bare bones, very, very straightforward. They're not winning any writing awards. They're not winning any, like, voice acting awards. It's very to the point. It's fine. But I've been having, like, it's very much a video game. It feels very video gamey, and so that has been really working for me.
I do want to play a video game.
Yeah. Well, we've got those.
Yes, I've been way into the farming sims right now. Oh, farming dating sims. Like, I'm not just farming for the of it. I'm farming.
Yeah, I'm also farming the hose. I'm also farming the hose.
I actually
I'm planting the hose seeds.
Yeah. No,
I'm sowing I'm sowing the hose, cultivating them, and then reaping them.
Like, I've been playing a bit of Fields of Mistria, and I actually
Is 1.0
really
out yet, or is it still early access?
It's still early access, but the full release is going to come out in August.
Oh, okay. I'll probably try it then. I already bought the game, and then I never played it. But
I really like it.
I'll probably get it around then.
I really appreciate the characters a lot. Like, I'm really loving the various group interactions, especially. I find that, like, I'll play different farming sims, and you can interact with characters individually, but it's nice being able to see how they interact a lot with each other in the town. I also have to say I love the designs of all the black characters. Like, even there's like ask your question.
I was gonna say, like, with the way the characters interact in the town, how would you describe it alongside Stardew Valley? One, for me personally, but also I think most people's clearest example of this genre is Stardew.
Yeah, so I don't know necessarily yet if it gets as, like, gritty as Stardew. I do find Stardew at times gets a little dark depending on whose storyline.
Interesting.
Not like super dark, but like, what's his name? Shane. Like, his storyline's a little rough, like, to witness. Sure. So
I don't. Okay, so there's the Fields of Mistria storylines really aren't that.
I can't really tell you that. Like, I don't want to. I haven't ventured too deeply into anyone's storyline, so it could totally be that. but I'd say it's comparable to like Stardew level interactions. It's almost
Okay.
like they took the Stardew mold and like, of course,
Sure.
improved upon it with like
Sure.
diversity. Like, you don't really go around like, hey, why are there so many redheads?
Yeah, why is a third of the population a redhead?
Yes. And I love how there's this is just one thing I love. There's like this black character, he's a blacksmith. He's he's this
The Black
black guy.
Blacksmith.
But you know what? He gets a different hairstyle in the seasons. Like he has like his fade, his little fade, even though I'm like, wait, this kind of doesn't make sense, but it's cool. He has his like fade in the spring, and then in summer he gets his little Killmonger hair.
Period.
I was like, wow, I've never seen like the black character's hair change. I don't think
Like change
in,
over
like, the
time
farming
or different settings. Yeah,
yes,
that is pretty
and
cool.
I love the
I'm
kids.
excited, interested.
I that's also
Kid?
something I pay attention to when I like play farming sims. I'm like, what kind of like how are the kid characters moving around town? And I absolutely love the kids in Fields of Mistria, and they're really mischievous, and they have little plots that they have going on that you can like witness them interacting with. Like they were basically like, oh, we're gonna break into this guy's house and figure out what his deal is. Like there's this mysterious guy named Balor. So just seeing the kids like go on adventures and people having like stuff going on outside of your character is something I always appreciate when it comes to games like this. Because it's like otherwise I could just play a farming sim. I don't need to like interact.
And there are plenty of those.
Yeah, there's so many.
Because that's Nintendo's bread and butter.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, good.
Very promising.
Love all the content that we just caught up on. Let's go ahead and get into the discussion of the day.
Yeah,
Supergirl. Spoiler-free review. We're gonna do spoilers later. Off rip. First impressions of what's the director's name? Oh my god.
Let's see.
Of Craig Gillespie. Craig Gillespie's Supergirl, starring Millie Alcock and Jason Momoa and David Cornsweet and Eve Ridley.
Yeah.
First impressions. I thought
it
was
first.
Fine.
Yeah, I thought it was a fine Supergirl movie. It was
I think
I thought it was a good, as someone who doesn't really have experience with Supergirl or Superman just in general. I mean, I know this is only like Supergirl's second standalone movie, I think. But I felt like it was a solid intro of having Supergirl kind of like inducted into the DC universe. I mean, it wasn't like I saw someone describe it even as like if Superman was a great movie, then this one was good. It was fine, you know?
I wouldn't describe it as good, but I don't mean that in a negative way. I don't think it's not good. It's fine. I feel like the clip of Harrison Ford who's like, "It's a movie." Like that's that's how I feel about this. It's a movie. It's a Marvel movie. I know it's a DC movie, but it has it. Just so you're talking about Superman 2025, right? Oh my God, what is his name? The dude that runs it. James Gunn. James Gunn's Superman 2025. I thought it was great. Great. It wasn't perfect. I get the complaints that some people have. Still, I thought it was great and had a lot to say.
Especially considering some of the DC movies I've seen.
Right. And I just like comparing it to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Some of those Marvel movies are really good. Some of them are really good. Some of those Marvel movies are really bad. But most of the Marvel movies are fine. It's a movie. It's a movie. I think if you like the superhero genre, you'll like it. If you with like Doctor Strange and Ant-Man movies and like some of those movies that didn't hit home runs but were just fine, if you like those, you'll like this.
Dang, I like Doctor Strange.
I thought Doctor Strange was fine. It was a movie. I didn't love it. I wouldn't describe that as one of the better Marvel movies.
Yeah,
I
it's
think it
not
was
my
whatever.
top. I
Yeah.
could with a little what's that? What's his name?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
get down with the cumber. Wait, that sounded weird.
He can cumber my batch.
Batch.
I'm gonna she Benny my dick to like cumber my badge. There it is. We did it. We told the funniest joke in the world. Okay. Supergirl. All right, so Millie Alcock plays Supergirl, plays Kal-El.
I love her.
This movie just like as just a standard superhero movie, it's not quite an origin story, but it is like most of the Marvel movies where it's like this is how they learn to put on the costume, like that kind of thing. It's a journey of her going, but I am Supergirl, and it's whatever.
Yeah.
I think Millie Alcock, I've always been a fan of her.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of her in the few things I've seen her in since the first season of House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon. Yeah.
I really liked her in House of the Dragon. Put a pin in that. Because we'll watch it. I liked her more than the actress that her character ages up into. Who's like the actual protagonist or like main character of the series. The older version. I don't remember the actress's name, but I can look it up right now because I have the technology. Millie Alcock. What is her name?
Are they aged up into the
Emma Darcy?
Oh yeah, they're non-binary.
Yeah, Emma Darcy. I found myself more engaged with Millie Alcock's performance of that character than Emma Darcy's, but Emma Darcy does a great job. They're killing it. I'm not watching the third, or I haven't finished the second season. I'm probably not watching the third season. I kind of feel beyond. This doesn't need to be about Game of Thrones. Millie Alcock in this movie is fine. I think she's fine. I don't think she's given a lot to work with.
I don't think the script was like that exciting or anything
at all. I think she is basically one note the whole movie, but I can tell it's not her performance.
Yeah.
I can tell the script just needs Supergirl to be. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Hancock. Like the Will Smith superhero movie from like 2009 or whatever. It's like that kind of affect where it's like, hey, you have superpowers, be a superhero. And they're like, man, I'd rather drink and do whatever. Like that kind of, like, I'll help you, but on my own time while I have a drink in my hand is kind of the character she plays the whole time until the end. Which, if you've seen any superhero movie, you know at the end, she's like, I'm going to be a hero now. Spoilers. Right? But, not really. Millie Alcock is fine. The kind of the actual protagonist of the story is the character Ruthie. Ruthie, played by Eve Ridley.
Yeah.
I didn't like her. I didn't like her. I didn't like her part. Like with the screenplay, the actress was fine. How old is she?
She's like
born
14.
2011. Holy shit, she's like 15. She acts like it. And I don't mean that as a criticism. She's young. She is an underage actress that has that range, and that's not her fault. I think when it comes to the screenplay, I don't get why we need this character.
Yeah, I felt the layering of the storylines was a bit confusing. Well, not confusing, or at least it felt like I guess the why was missing.
It wasn't a superhero, right? It wasn't like it was only kind of barely a Supergirl movie. It was more about this kid character.
Like it was, I felt like in the way that Superman was about Superman,
Yeah.
This was not
It wasn't
about
like about
Supergirl.
Supergirl. Yeah. Which I think is like maybe my biggest issue.
And I
But
get like you
I'll say
wanted
more
to
about that in
you
the
there
spoilers.
needed to be like something to catapult her into action. Like catapult
Yeah.
Supergirl into action.
And they do have it.
I
There
just didn't
are
love it.
stakes. I just didn't love it. I wasn't sold by it. I
Yeah.
wasn't convinced by the way they get her to call to answer the call to action. I thought it
I think
was
also
contrived and uninspired. Really uninspired is
I feel
the
like a
movie.
lot of this also had to do with like this. We're verging into spoiler territory, but I felt like the villain was just generic as
Yeah. I
super
agree.
like very generic Marvel villain, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And like they try to charm him up. They kind of make him. Have you played Far Cry 3?
No.
Have you heard of Far Cry?
Yeah.
The third Far Cry is probably the most beloved, and at least for me, the most memorable. And there's a character named Vaz, Vaas, that is like on the cover of it, and he's like one of the kind, like the crazy kind of villain, right? They're like,
Yeah.
I'm actually unstable. You don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll kill my own guy, like that kind of villain.
Yeah.
And it feels like he was doing a Voss impression, but again, uninspired. Well, but played by. Let me do the due diligence. Played by Matthias Schoenaerts. Wow,
When I
he's
first saw
really
him, I was
handsome.
like, "Ooh, I like his
And
design."
they had him up. I didn't like the design at all, especially
I like
since
his
the
little face spikes.
If I remember correctly, the character he plays in the comics is like handsome. It's like handsome, charming, like swashbuckler trickster.
Oh, this guy is hot. I could tell.
Yeah, and instead of making him a hot, charming, swashbuckling trickster, they made him a Marvel goon. That
like,
he
he
has the
smell
same
crazy.
kind of personality as most of the other forgettable Marvel villains from the mid to mediocre Marvel movies.
I also think, not to make it a girl power thing, but this was a nice I think that would have been cooler maybe to I don't know, because I think girlhood was a strong theme happening.
I think they used the words to talk about girlhood, but the thematically not relevant whatsoever.
Yeah, I think that was my problem. Like they introduced the thematics of girlhood, but it's not.
Sorry
actually,
for talking over you. I want everyone to see me apologizing to you.
You're fine. It's just like they introduced the thematics of girlhood, but they don't really kind of do anything with it. Like it's very much like, sex trafficking is bad. Boom. Not really.
It has really
that.
nothing to say. And that's not the only theme. There are a couple of themes like about revenge that goes nowhere and girlhood that go nowhere, and about like loneliness and home that kind of I guess goes somewhere but really aren't interesting. And I don't know. I think thematically, and I'll say more about this in the spoiler section, but I feel like I would have given all of those themes for one theme if they just focused and had something to say about one thing. And I think that theme should have been duty, and it wasn't. Yeah.
And that would have been the perfect for their like their side storyline with my girl Ruthie. I feel like maybe that would have made her journey more compelling if it
I don't know if there is a way to make her more compelling. If I'm being really honest and really cynical, I would throw the whole character away.
That's fair.
I think there's a better version of this movie where that character's not there. Or in addition to like spoilers, but also this is a part of the main marketing, Jason Momoa's Lobo, that do not need to be here.
Yeah, like he kind of
Lobo
was there
did not need to be there.
it just felt like a lot of people were there, and I'm not exactly compelled for the reasoning for being here. Like, okay, he's like
Because
this
that's
arbiter
how
of
the shittier
chaos.
Marvel movies did it.
Okay.
Like, genuinely, it feels like we need a movie to be harmless. Let's make a mediocre Marvel movie. Let's make an Ant-Man. And let's throw in the cameo of Lobo because people will show up to see Lobo.
I guess a
Gonna
little
not need to be there.
disappointing because, of course, I know Supergirl's not going to be Superman. It's not directed by the same person, but it kind of felt like we were getting a little somewhere with Superman. Like, I felt like
because like James Gunn
yeah.
took over the universe, right?
Mhm.
And then James Gunn directed that. And then
I heard he
James
didn't
Gunn
like
is a
oh, never mind.
producer. He directed Superman,
Yeah.
not this one. And he
Oh no,
was
I
a
know he didn't direct
producer.
this one. Yeah.
And he is in charge of the whole thing. I was worried that this movie was going to just be, what if we try to do Guardians of the Galaxy again? And then as I was watching the movie, I was like, man, I wish this was a little bit more like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, because Guardians of the Galaxy had something to say. Whether you like James Gunn or not, he's got the sauce and he can stick a theme.
Yeah.
He can make a point. And I just don't feel like this movie has a point other than we need a Supergirl movie. That being said, I don't want it to, like, I think there was good stuff. I think Amelia Alcock does good with what she has. I think there were a couple of action sequences that I enjoyed. Specifically, I really liked the bus robbery sequence.
Yeah.
I really liked that sequence. I liked how short it was. It was only like an hour and 10 minutes. Or not an hour and 10 minutes, like 110
It's an hour 45.
minutes. It's an hour 45. It's like an hour 45 minutes, which is longer than it needs to be, but also shorter than it could have been.
I like it more than I liked it more than a lot of Marvel movies I've seen, but I also didn't like it as much as, of course, my favorite Marvel movies. But I do have I do want to see, you know, I would be curious to see Millie Alcock Supergirl with a better script, a better plot line going, more compelling villains, you know.
I agree.
Like, come on. I know Lex Luthor is Lex Luthor, but I felt very compelled by bald ass Nicholas Hoult playing. Like, I thought the way they connected his what he was doing to government and all that, I was like, whoa. I feel like there's actually a point to him being a villain, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't feel the same way about this.
I think I don't know if there's any much more to say other than, like, before spoilers. Like, the acting was uninspired, the music was uninspired, the camera was uninspired. It was a movie. It was fine. And if you like superhero movies, you'll like this movie. And I'll give it a you'll like it if you like the other stuff out of 10.
I'll say because I feel like there's been like super strong opinion. Well, of course, you know, this kind of happens, I think, with all the women superhero movies.
Anytime there's
like a sect of men who are like, this is the worst movie to ever be made. Don't ever show me no shit like this again. The feminists are
taking over.
Yeah.
I'm an adult virgin.
Like, go see it, you know. I'd say, you know,
I'm sure there's plenty of people on X and IG and TikTok and stuff that are like being really up and weird towards Millie Alcock and the entire production, and I don't think this movie warrants any of that. It's fine.
Someone said, I'm not overwhelmed or underwhelmed. Can I just be whelmed? That's a quote from a movie.
Solid whelmed. There was a bit about that on Young Justice, the animated series. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The Robin character in that series had a bit about, like, how come people aren't just whelmed? And he's sort of using that term. Yeah. I was whelmed. I was whelmed by it. It was a movie. And so give it a shot or not. Wait for it to come out on streaming. That's fine. It's a movie. But I do have a lot to say spoilers. So let us transition. Let us transition into spoiler territory. big spoilers all cap across the screen. I think so. Walking through the plot of the movie, right?
Yeah.
So we follow Kara. She's in space. She's trying to get drunk. Like she's I'm no hero. Like that kind of
I'm
affect.
drunk on the red sun.
Yeah. This kid gets her parents and like her whole family killed, and she needs someone to help her get revenge. And Supergirl Kara is like, hey, actually, revenge is bad. But they shot my dog, and I need to get the antidote to the poison in my dog. So I got to go after this guy anyway. And as they go on this journey, the kid keeps trying to get revenge. And Supergirl's like, no, revenge is bad. Trust me. I know that hurt festers. You don't have a person to get revenge on. Revenge is not your story. So what the are you talking about? What, like,
Okay, I see how I'm remembering another thematic they had, which was grief, which of course didn't really feel like there's much done with it.
They
This
used
would have
the
been a great
language, but they
opportunity
didn't follow through. To
make a movie about grief, but I felt like it kind of fell short.
Actually, sir, I do want to talk about that. Can we put a pin in that?
Bet.
Right. I want to come back to the grief because that is something that I didn't focus on, and I want to hear your take. Right?
Yeah.
We do all the movie shenanigans. We get to the end. The kid goes to kill the guy, and then
like, no!
Kara's like, "No, don't kill. Like it'll linger on your soul,
traumatized.
In fact, give me the blick. I'll kill him." Right? Like, and then she kills him. Right? So it wasn't about sparing him because he deserves it. It was literally like, if you get revenge, it'll mark
child
your
murder
soul.
Wait.
And I just didn't find that compelling at all. I just did not find that compelling at all.
Because I felt like by that moment in my head, I was like, "Dang, why the little homie can't just stab me?" I mean, and the biggest reason I had was, oh, I guess she's a kid. Maybe we shouldn't encourage kids to murder. But that didn't feel like a compelling enough reason for me.
I agree. I completely agree. It felt like the script could have been anybody. It didn't need to be a Supergirl movie. That could have been any person in space. Not even in space. It just any person.
It could have just been an adventure movie.
Yeah. And
it could have been about the little girl getting revenge.
And so I'm gonna come back to your grief thing, right? I wish in the world where I had full control over everything and I could just make things happen with the sum of my fingers, I would get rid of the girl all entirely, and I would make the movie about duty. I would, because it's like David Cornsweet, who reprises his role as Clark, Superman, in this movie, is like, hey, I want you to feel at home. I want you to like he's the symbol of hope. And I feel like what they pitch about the character is that she's like, I don't really give a shit about hope. Like you said, a thing that I didn't latch onto, she's too busy grieving.
Yeah, I felt like what worked especially was the juxtaposition between like Supergirl and Superman. Like, oh, we have Superman, the difference in their upbringing. He was sent to Earth when he was a baby. He was raised with a human family. He got acclimated a lot easier than versus like Supergirl, who stayed in I forgot what the planet was called, and you know, she was raised Krypton. She was raised on Krypton, and you know,
or the at least in this world, the floating city through space, which I believe is a deviation from the comics, but I digress. Because I'm pretty sure in the comics, Kara is older than Clark. I'm pretty sure. Someone in the comments can correct me, but I'm pretty sure it was like Clark's dad, like Jor-El, like Bio Dad, was like, "We're gonna send the baby out of here. We're gonna save the race, save the baby." And then Kara's parents were like, "Okay, we're gonna hop onto your plan. We're gonna send my daughter first, so that way she will be there to take care of the baby."
Oh,
right. I'm pretty sure she was already a teenager when Clark was born as Kal-El. but then she gets caught in like the negative zone or like timey-wimey stuff and gets like frozen in time for a period. And so when she eventually lands on Earth, she's still 16 and Clark is like 30.
Oh.
And so I'm pretty sure in the comments she's his aunt.
Okay.
Or cousin. No, they're still cousins, but older cousin.
Yeah.
Not aunt.
Like,
I don't know why I said aunt.
I felt like that change. I feel like I find it interesting because I
Yeah.
do think it's interesting considering like how they would be different in like, of course, how they're raised and who they were around in their youth. So I felt like if the movie could have even been more about like how the Superman, it could have really just been about like Supergirl and why she's not Superman, but also why
Yeah.
she's similar to Superman. Like I feel like
Yeah.
that would have been like a nice, or in her working through her feelings of like alienation
Yeah.
and isolation. Like, oh, I'm in
Yeah.
this human world, my people are obliterated, and here's
Yeah.
my cousin who everyone loves.
Yeah,
And he's
like
so,
you were raised by two
yeah.
adoptive parents that you did not know you had other parents until like way
Yeah.
later, and they're still alive, and you can go visit them.
Like I felt like it was super weak. Like I said, her grief
Yeah,
over like
I
what was
also
happening.
don't like the change because of a more like nerdy reason, and it's like she's not, because in this movie they have it so that way the planet Krypton blows up, but then the central city manages to get a dome around it, and it drifts
Yeah.
through space for a little bit, eventually being poisoned by like Kryptonian, like
Yeah.
kryptonite poisoning or whatever. And she was born on the floating rock, not on the planet, meaning she's not mourning Krypton. She's mourning the space city and like her parents, and that feels unsatisfying to me. Right? Because I just feel like I think it works better where it's not just she knew this failed state, but she knew the glory of like the higher reaches of Krypton,
Yeah.
and is now the younger cousin by circumstance to the savior who never like has no memory of that place.
Yeah.
Because now you have two different experiences of things. I just don't like that. But maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I
Maybe
felt
that
like-
is how it is in the comics and I'm misremembering.
I mean, honestly, it would have been cool, like even seeing her deal with her feelings of, you know, being floating around in space for like 15 years.
Right.
Like that could have also been interesting. I just felt
Yeah.
like they should have gave her more. Like I get it. She's like the dirtbag kind of cousin of Superman. You know, she's a little grittier. She's a little messier. But what's beneath that? You know, that
Right.
demeanor and shit. It didn't feel
But
like
the movie
it
didn't
was a
have
lot
time
of-
for that because they were too busy with this kid with the sword and Lobo's
Yeah.
shenanigans. They just spent all the time focusing on this other shit
Fuck
that
Kren.
I don't think even worked that well.
It was okay.
Yeah. I also, here's another thing. Because the movie's not solely focused on Supergirl, it feels like they didn't take the time to think about a world, like a Supergirl world. The thing that I was saying
Yeah.
before about like it feels like anybody could have been in this position, the
Yeah.
way that she has those ups and downs in her ability to fight
Yeah.
resembles someone less super. Because it's like so she starts off on a red sun planet, so she can't
Yeah.
she doesn't have her full
She can't use her
capabilities.
powers.
And then she gets into the yellow sun and then gets her powers. And then she's drinks poison and then she's weakened. And then she gets more yellow sun and now she's not poisoned anymore. And then she goes to the other planet and then it's the kryptonite sun and she's weakened. And then the yellow sun hits her and now she's not poisoned anymore. And then she gets shot with the kryptonite poisoning, and then the yellow sun heals her and she's not poisoned anymore. Why do we keep trying to poison her just to like undo it? What are we doing?
I feel like I get it. Kryptonite is her weakness. That's part of her race. I feel like we could have just had one of those moments where she gets
I
poisoned.
agree.
Like in Superman,
I was
he
just
gets
about
his
to say,
one time
in
when
like
he's poisoned.
Superman, yes, like the one time he gets kryptonited, it's when he turns himself in,
In
and then he's kryptonited, and then it's no longer a problem. And
because
at
he
no
makes
point
friends
does
with the
he,
guy who's
right,
kryptonite.
right, and like he's able to solve his problems by like Superman's issues when it comes to his strength are never he might not be strong enough. It's he might not save everybody.
Yeah,
And
like
I
that's always
feel
been his
like if
problem.
that were the central thing to Kara's story, it'd be different. Because they have the like subplot about the slave girls, about the sex
Yeah,
trafficking, right? I don't know why. Well, I'm sure it's like corporate stuff, but like I feel like there would have been a more compelling story if it was just centrally about being in this space where these women are being trafficked, right? And it's like she has full powers. I don't need to see her like constantly get weak and get strong again. But she might not be able to save everybody because she doesn't care. I feel like there was something, or because she's grieving, like you were saying, which I think is
yeah.
more compelling than just duty. I think grief, right? She's too lost in her grief. And because she's grieving, people are dying. Or not because she's grieving, she is not fully
There are people
capable
who
of
could be
saving.
saved that maybe are not being saved right
Right.
now.
Right. But instead we have the stupid hackneyed plotline about revenge bad. And there's this added factor of slave girls, because again, the movie wanted to be like, hey, girl power. Like you're
I
using the language of feminism and not doing anything with it at all.
I was actually going to bring up something regarding that because it just feels like they kind of like bait you with like kind of like somewhat feminist ideals, and then it's like nothing comes of it. Because there's this moment where Ruthie and Kara are discussing her name
Mm-hmm.
and like why she's Supergirl and
Yeah.
not like Superwoman in compared to
Uh-huh.
like Superman, but it kind of just is left at that. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, why
It's
aren't
like
you
this.
Superwoman?
We need a TikTok out of this. It's like what it feels
Literally,
like. We need something for the socials so people can talk
I
about it.
actually do think that's kind of become a problem with movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, there's a
Filming
lot
for
of moments where
TikTok.
it's like, I can tell you wanted to go viral so bad.
Yeah. Oh,
You want a
viral
little
so
fan cam.
bad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's yeah. And as we kind of like okay, I complained about the action. I do think there was some good stuff. I do think the bus ride sequence was good, especially when she was like
Yeah,
blinking around. I think that was really interesting.
that was
But
fun.
most of the action was really whack. There were so many cuts. There was like so few moments where we can see what's happening. I think the action sequence
Even
at
when
the
we
very
see
end
her
was
powers, we don't get to see her use them much.
yeah. 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 I don't know. I feel bad because I feel like I've almost exclusively complained about this movie. And so I need to make everyone clear that it's like the movie's fine. All of these things I think are criticisms of it, but also it's like there is some energy to it. It's not like the most boring. Like there
Yeah,
is some life to it. It just meanders. It's just not even it's
yeah.
just uninspired.
I think another problem also is that we're kind of like in a super. I think we're kind of oversaturated with super like generic superhero
I think
movies.
we're past. Yes, say more. I don't want to talk about you. Say more.
Or yeah, I just think this is kind of could just be any superhero movie.
Yeah,
It's kind of the problem. Like it didn't
yeah,
have to be Supergirl. Even it didn't even have to be a superhero movie. Even and I'm not. It's
yeah.
not going to stop me from watching future Supergirl or DC movies. But like,
Yeah, because
I hope
I think. Sorry,
lessons
say
are learned.
finish.
Yeah, I was gonna say I hope lessons are learned before the next movie.
I think to your point, I think it's less that we're oversaturated and more that there was an oversaturation and a cultural shift to the point where the superhero movie is not all encompassing anymore.
Yeah,
Right? Like when the MCU was in its prime, even the mediocre ones, you knew people were going to go see it. Everyone was gonna go
Yeah.
see it, right? But now people really have to be jazzed about the superhero movie to go see it. Even the good, like the better. I don't think Thunderbolts made. Actually, let me not speak on that. I don't know how well it did. I know Superman 2025 had a lot of hype because it had it had sauce. It had a lot to say. It was a big moment. But the superhero movie is not, it's not this superpower anymore. And like this year we have a couple of things. We have Brand New Day coming out in like a month, and then Avengers Doomsday comes out. And I think Brand New Day might be good. The trailers seem like there's life. And I think Doomsday is going to be bad. I think that's going to be giga bad and whack.
Can I just watch Spider-Man? Like, do I?
Yeah. I mean, no one can make you watch or not watch anything.
No, I mean, like, could I watch all the Spider-Man movies and understand?
I think for Brand New Day, you gotta watch at least the Spider-Man movies. At least No Way Home.
Okay, so I can watch all the them as if they were like a standalone series, even like the Spider-Mans.
And like there might be some stuff that you have to like piece together. Like I know in Brand New Day, the Hulk is there, and he has like the little gizmo on his wrist, and some of that is talked about in She-Hulk. But you'll probably be able to like infer what's going on there without it having to be like homework.
Yeah.
I don't think superhero films are over. I think there's a lot of good stories that we can tell. We just gotta make good, like we have to do it on purpose and not just churn out more to feed the machine. I think the machine is dead.
Okay, the Marvel machine. Just kidding.
I think the Marvel machine is dead. And now each movie has to be good, otherwise no one's gonna go see it. And they're just movies.
Which I kind of like.
I agree.
Make your shit good.
Yeah, I do get money. Like it's cheaper to just do something safe.
Yeah.
But I just wish we lived in the world where everyone's fine.
Who want to write good shit.
I'm right there with you.
And they have the money to hire these people.
Yeah.
Marvel could make a Superman if they really wanted to. Wait.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, a movie with the cultural impact as Superman.
Yeah.
Because even if you didn't love it, it did have a hold on the summer last year. I think it was a big moment. I still think it's really good. I think David Cornsweet became a person he became a man of the people with Superman.
Like I liked him in the other random roles I saw him in.
Yeah.
Like he was in Twisters, and I was like, wait, I'm really endeared by his character. Like the
is
like
that the one where he's like, if you feel it, ride it, or whatever? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is that Twisters? Great. All right. While you guys feel it and or write it, Leo, where can they find us?
You can find us on any place where podcasts are located, as well as YouTube and Patreon.
And on Patreon for $5 a month, you get access to our after show office hours, where we're a little riskier, a little looser, and maybe consume a little legal substance. Here's a quick sneak peek if you want to wet your palate.
Watch car wrestling competitions.
Car wrestling?
This one guy made it up, and he was like one of the wrestlers.
Yeah. And this tournament is underway.
Oh, is it two men wrestling in a car?
Yes. Listen, I watched so much random shit this day.
Or something.
Nah, I was watching slap competitions.
I gotta lock it. I gotta see what happens. If you can afford it, please send it our way. If not, please like, comment, and subscribe to the video. And until we see you next, stay black, stay nerdy, and read books.
Please read.
Read book. Read the original Supergirl comic that it's like the movie's based on, right? Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Like that is the loose foundation to the Supergirl movie. Go read that.
Okay.
Go read the comic. Yeah, go read the comic. In
I
fact, go read
like
All-Star Superman.
Concept.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.